Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays Planet Coaster. Everything's going pretty well so far. We were back at 98% happiness, which, while not 100, the last time I checked, is still pretty good. We just put down a Ferris wheel. The Ferris wheel is running. It seems like this is an inefficient way to run it. Like, yeah, this family should get on, and then it should rotate, like, you know, 8 degrees or something. Maybe I'm missing out. Like, it seems like the kind of ride that runs non-consecutively. Or wait, completely consecutively. But, you know, it doesn't matter in the end. However the game chooses to model it is fine by me. And there's people on it right now, so I guess that's cool. Did I already try Looper here? I can't recall. I don't know, again, I'm not even sure I want to build this ride because of the fact that it's just going to lead to, like, endless chains of vomit, probably. Which, all things considered, I think is relatively bad. On the scale of things that are good, I don't think this factors in. And they cannibalize it in all dimensions. Or, all directions, I should say. Hello, Ruka. Yes, I know. Dinner time is in a half hour. Coincidentally, how long is the average Planet Coaster episode? You got an answer for that one? That's right. Your owner is a genius. We can kind of put, you know, like cactuses or other various trees around there. We have a Q rating of 100 already. Overpower 1, I'm just going to call this Please Don't Vom. It doesn't have anybody going to it yet, but this may well change in time. Whoa, 100% happiness. That's a surprise to me. Not because I thought we were doing badly, but because, you know, we were at 98, or, you know, 96 for a while as well. So I think that it might be something that we expect to come down a little bit in the future. I'm just going to wait for that research to be done because I think it's going to be a standing coaster. And I have never built a standing coaster in the game. I would like to see what that entails. So let's engage dangerous Northernlion design factor here. Hello, my feline friend. You may exit. So keep in mind, you know, if you're not one of those people who likes watching me build coasters, probably not going to enjoy this one too much because that's what we're going to do for conceivably like the next several minutes. So we have at least, basically there's two different ways we could think of this. One is we want it to be, we want each car to make as much money as possible and we want to run as many cars as possible. So we're going to make sure that we have chain speed up really high here because that's going to keep this ride running very quickly. And I'm going to raise you pretty quick. And I think I'm going to drop you pretty quick. It needs to be taller than, my physics lesson in the last episode was completely wrong. I'm just now remembering. It needs to be taller than Yankee Doodle and drop you a little faster than Yankee Doodle. And then we're going to use, like, that speed for the rest of the ride. So, I imagine this is going to be fairly scary. Let's get the test going here. For all the naysaying, we've actually done a pretty damn good job with our last few roller coasters, I think. And I am indeed modeling this one very similarly to the way that Fox did his. Just because I know, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So we're going to drop their asses at like 90 degrees straight down. And maybe before the bottom, start to throw in like a little bit of a dip. There are roller coasters in real life that drop you at steeper than 90-degree angles, so we'll see if this, like, it does throw a pretty nasty hairpin in there, but if they survive and enjoy the Sidewinder, it might cancel it out. No, people will die on this ride. And we could auto-tunnel, I mean, why not, right? Just have them continually get dropped down here. This might help us maintain a speed of over 50 miles an hour as well. And they're not really getting under the ground. They're just getting, they're kind of like inside of the ground. So, I'm noticing, you're right, it's bleeding off a lot of excitement, but that's okay. We could have them come back around, like, even under this other roller coaster. Maybe do one last climb, stop at the top of the climb, and then use that as a block section so gravity can just take them in for the finish here. Look, I'm going to be honest with you, it's very similar to Northernlion Incorporated's other roller coasters. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're making mad money doing mega construction projects here. Nah, the fear's still getting ridiculous. So why are they so afraid of a little fun, you know? That's what I want to know. My goal for all these roller coasters is not to design them in a specific way, it's to get them to specific stats. So I'm not heartbroken that, you know, on some of these they just say no to me. They say, Northernlion, we're too afraid to ride your roller coasters. And I say, you can't handle my strongest roller coasters. And they say, we know. And I say, well, that's a shame. Because, you know, they could handle you. Like, this is fine, but I think if I throw it down like this, you're going to throw up and complain endlessly. So, this is fine. Just stay at 0. And if you have to go into the surface of the earth, you have to go into the surface of the earth. Okay, try that, and then we need to land. That's the wrong... Why is my brain incapable of making this part happen? And it should be not terribly unexciting. So we're watching the roller coaster come through. I don't think it's the best one we've ever built, but it is sprawling. Will it average over 50 miles an hour? I don't know. It reaches like 90 during parts of this. I think fear might be a little high. Fair to say fear might be a little high, yeah. See how they feel about the fear. It's still pretty bad through that section, admittedly, but, you know, I accept my own imperfections. No, that's still bad at the end. But I really don't understand why. Like, are you too close to the ground? It might seem like a laborious process, and in some ways it is, but, you know, this is what you gotta do in order to create a coaster that doesn't, like, you know, light your attendees on fire or make them, you know, constantly throw up when they leave. You can't make it to the end? Now that is offensive to me. I throw in a single trim brake section, and all of a sudden you don't have the speed necessary to make it through to the completion here. Well, you know what? There is a way around that. Just make these drive tires. So, like, delete that, and then drive tires autocomplete. But this is not drive... Okay, well, tell you what, cancel. I'll just do it myself. You want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. That will not work. Also, is it slightly uphill? It is slightly uphill. Okay. I recognize you're probably looking at this and going, Northernlion, you are a dang moron. Look. Part of life is accepting your own idiocy. I don't know what I may have accidentally deleted some of the breaks that were earlier on the track here, but I think this is sensible. 3, 5. It's entirely this last section. Who would have thought that this would be what would throw me for, like, the largest loop? So what do? Auto tunnel. And we're just gonna drop them a little, and then we're gonna bring them back. Like that. And then we're going to autocomplete. And see how that works. What's the idea? They're going underground, so they're going to be a little less, like, you know, pissed off. And, hopefully it doesn't take them as long to get to the end. They don't even make it to the end now. Oh, my brain. Well, you know what? No block section, dude. No block section. Control Z, Control Z. I deleted the station. Alright, I'll just be straight with you. We're probably going to open this coaster and then delete it in like 6 months in-game, because it's just not very good. I think that's clear. And it's... Well, you just going to freeze on me? I believe in the power of this roller coaster. I believe in the power of Planet Coaster. Please don't do me dirty. It zoomed out. It zoomed out. It can make it happen. Against all odds, I spent like half an hour tweaking this coaster, and I've got it all into the green. And to be honest with you, this is a big surprise for me, because recently, like, I made a couple of changes to it, and it went from like yellow, red, red to green, 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 and possibly like the best stats of any coaster I've ever made here. I'm gonna run it without a block section. I'm gonna show off, you know, what I like about it, at least. What I like about it is that it interacts a little bit with stealth, and it's got good stats, and it will accomplish some of our objectives as far as roller coasters go. Like, for example, taking advantage of the limited and uniquely configured available space over here. It auto-tunnels a bit, but that's only to that's only to really fit with the terrain. It's not really to add any kind of like cool elements. So that, you know, it drops you right off the bat, no question about that. And you get up to about, you know, 95 miles an hour. Then it throws you through a really, really large vertical loop. It takes you around 90 degrees, and people actually like this because it's overbanked. And then you go through like yet another overbanked turn here. And this is where we started to encounter problems last time. So all I did was really slow it down, flatten it out, and then add some pretty tight vertical loops that go through relatively slowly, and that was enough. Like, you kind of hang there. It's got a little J. Smith's OTI's commute, but honestly, that was basically by accident. And then, you know, it's got another tight vertical loop at the end here that slows you down, but it's decent for excitement, bleeds a little fear. And then this part, as you might be able to tell, is an autocomplete. Trim brake section at the end slows you down when you come in. And you don't get that afraid at the end. Instead of getting like a 12, you're at like a 4. So, honestly, that's what leads to us having decent stats there. And I'm very surprised that this has worked out accordingly. I'm not going to put a block section on, and I'm not going to smooth it out. Because, honestly, this has only led to despair. The game's starting to get a little framey here, as much as I'd hate to admit it. We'll just fill in that terrain. And then we should rename this. And this was like... This is the Green Miracle, because it was very close to, like, not functioning at all. And then we're going to have the queue bend around. Keep in mind, the queue, I recognize, is one of the things that, you know, has been probably the largest problem in my Planet Coaster Park, has been these, like, really, really serpentine queues. But we are at 100% customer satisfaction right now, so... As bad as the queues have been, they have never been bad enough to, like, turn people away from our park. So I think that, to some extent, people are always going to complain. You know, that doesn't mean we shouldn't strive to give them the best experience possible, but people are always going to complain. Even if they like it, they're going to be, oh, you know, I liked it, but it was a little expensive. Oh, I liked it, but I wish that they used a dry rub instead of a spicy mayonnaise, you know? It took me several months to get this, like several in-game months to get this roller coaster functional, so, you know, I've got to be honest, part of the reason I did it is because I know at the end of the last episode, people are going to be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? This roller coaster is unsalvageable. Guess what, motherfucker? We salvaged it, okay? So, here, what am I doing here telling a story? Well, it starts with an archer, and he's shooting at archery targets, as you might expect. This seems rather sensible to me. In fact, let's just have it set up like this. Archery targets? Nope. Control-Z that one. Archery targets? Move the archer. Is telling the story of this archer right here. He's here and he's like, hey, get out of here, cowboys. And then you get in and you see him shooting at that bandit later, you know, because they're trying to take his land or something. I don't know. You know, it's just a lineup. We don't have to tell the Dances with Wolves story here, okay? Are these a desert tree? Is there such a thing as a desert tree? I only know Desert Rain by Sting. Featuring Sade. Sade. Wait, that's Desert Rose, not Desert Rain. It's so close to, like, being what I want it to be. And in fact, it's not even that bad. Like, it's actually functional. It just feels like the Hot Dog Squad should be set into, like, the actual building itself. But you know what? I think that I'm going to consider that this is okay. And then we're just going to go edit building, and we're going to delete the sign that says, like, bank. And then we're going to go, you know, sign. Come on, game. Oh, it's not loving life right now with 4,000 attendees. And then we're just going to duplicate that building. And we're going to place it down right next to it. And it's not necessarily looking like... Let's be honest. It's not looking ideal. But, and we don't want 2 hot dog squads, but it's not looking ideal. But at least it has some theming to it. And then we could do this and kind of create at least the illusion of this being sort of the western section of our park. So bin, rustic western. There we go. We have to make sure that these will actually place. Because if people are going to be eating, they're going to be throwing stuff out as well. And we will get some, you guessed it, you get the bins and you get the bins. You get the bins and then you get the bins. And if they buy enough, then you get the bins as the park owner. C-Class. I don't really know a lot about cars, honestly. Green Miracle. Need to hit 90 miles per hour for some reason. This all-green giant is your ticket to profit. Ticket to greatness. Now, it's a $23,000 roller coaster. So that's like extremely expensive as far as coasters go. You can't just plunk this down in your park and, you know, expect to be good to go. There it is right there. We'll upload it to the Steam Workshop in case you wanted to add it to your own park. I don't know. People told me they loved the Lunch Loser. Like, the Lunch Loser was making some people's parks pop off. So, you know what? Put the Lunch Loser and the Green Miracle together. And you'll have music all night. After the show, it's the after party. You know, these are obviously very easy. Collider 6, that's obviously my large hard-on collider. Oh, it's actually the Large Hadron. I know it's the Large Hadron Collider, okay? Come on now. With that, thinking your boy Northernlion doesn't understand Swiss particle accelerators. That's like my #1 jam, okay? Maybe this is why people don't like priority passes. Look, I'm giving myself not enough credit. The reason people don't like priority passes is because I don't think that they work in the game properly, to be honest with you. People will gladly pay $40 to get on a fucking log flume, but if you ask them to pay 10 cents to buy a priority pass that allows them to save 10 hours, they go, priority pass are for suckers. Ooh, give me that $9 milkshake instead. Get a nice little, like, rock garden going here. To be honest with you, like, I'm kind of running out of ideas when it comes to, you know, new queue elements. Like, I think that that's probably clear to see. Your boy Northernlion, not much of a gardener, to be honest with you. People are roasting me. There's endless roasts for the trees that I place in my park. Yo, do you hate nature? Come to Vancouver sometime, Stanley Park. It'll tear your bitch ass up. You'll be crying with beauty. The greatness of Mother Nature is an unprecedented mixing of an urban, concrete, and glass-inspired urban jungle. Probably not a Christmas tree, huh? And, you know, Mother Nature's bounty. And if you can't respect that, you can just get out. Like, I think that maybe we're just making, like, the, I don't even know what this is. Like, this is that spaceship from the 1997 Jodie Foster film Contact. Okay, that spaceship from Contact, already extremely popular. Let's throw down some... Type cactus search. No, throw down some cacti. There's no there's cacti. There we go. And how, in what way can I make this seem that it's actually, like, Western themed at all? Oh, it's, like, obvious. This is the thing that all cowboys use in order to learn how to ride a horse. It's a mechanical bull. Now, all these cactuses gonna dry this place right out. There's no doubt about that. At this point, I'm just assuming that our theme park is already renowned as, like, the best theme park on planet Earth. People from all over the world come here to, like, you know, ride the Green Miracle. Everybody wants to hear the story of the roller coaster that's so elaborate, it almost never came to pass. And to be honest with you, I don't blame them. It's a pretty incredible story. Look, not every queue can be a winner, okay? Everybody's happy. We got 2 research projects we need to see here. Oh, wait. I'm real confused. Did we not already do exactly this? Maybe our save got lost or something. In terms of, you know, our park itself, 100% guest happiness, which is ridiculous. If you told me that earlier, I would have thought, you know, if you told me that a month ago, I would have a park happiness of 100%. 100% customer satisfaction. I think you were lying to me. If you told me that we'd only have 417 liters of total vomit produced, I would be like, you're out of your mind. You're the one who's out, Gobby. Out of your mind. So we're going to throw this down, like, right here. And really, we're just going for density at this point. This is not Gears of Fear 1. This is Cliffy B's Ferrari Spider. There you go. The less moving parts, the better, as far as scenery goes. And, you know, we want to make sure that the Planet Coaster Park runs as smoothly as possible for as long as possible. Eventually, you know, if I'm being honest, we'll probably hit a point at which performance of the game makes it untenable to continue. And that's, you know, that's unfortunate, but it's also, that's life, you know, it happens. It's not life, I guess. It's software development. It happens. The sound's really good. But you know what? It's not as good as if we had the whirly rig. Gears for Fears? Nah, dude. Not even the instrumental version. There we go. And the Boobalee and the wimpy tentacle and the... Okay. That's enough of that. Now it feels like home. There you go. Get me into the green. That's all I ask. 65? That's like no improvement whatsoever here. I spend 8 minutes just placing rocks at the queue entrance. Who am I, Michael A.L. Fox? I'm running a business here. What is this? No. Look. Planet Euphoria. Beautiful. But, like, what if we just... Beautiful. Okay. Wait a minute. Large Hard-On Collider. Not you too. This is what it's like when we're cool. Alright, beautiful. Is that unpleasant? Oh, this bothers you? This shocks you. Okay, so I wanted to see if information is actually open. It's not. $5 priority passes, dude. The sound is flooding my mind. Okay, but $5 priority passes, dude. Maybe we should start working on a monorail, actually. That's a project that we have not done. But, you know, we're probably reaching, like, sort of the upper bounds of our park here, so it sort of makes sense. It doesn't need to have an E on the end, because it is, you know, this is the western section of the park, not anything else. Okay, you know, as much as I love the whirly rig, I'm sorry. I can't. If I continue with this, I will die. No, it's gotta, just anything else. There we go. A couple whirly rigs is okay. Anything more than that is getting a little ridiculous. I think this is where we would like to build out a coaster. So is there actually like... Ah, the Screaminator. That's the ticket right there. And the Screaminator... Look at this location. If we could just fit it. This will be so beautiful. I mean, you could fit it there, but it's not quite right, you know? Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll put it... Could we even fit a coaster there? It's going to be a tight... I'd rather maybe put it here, but... The Screaminator, I believe, will drive demand. People love to feel like they're dying for reasons that make no sense to me. We could actually put it so, like, it touches the top of that coaster, which... I gotta be honest, I like the idea of. I will even ride this, and I never ride the track rides. Which are not track rides, but are thrill rides. The Screaminator. We're gonna call this, you know... well, let's see, without being too dark, let's call this the Tower of Terror. We'll go straight up like Disney style, Tower of Terror. It's a little taller than the Tower of Terror, admittedly, but we can call it that and get away with it. And this is like, when this opened up at Canada's Wonderland, in Canada, as you might expect, people lost their fucking minds. Drop Zone! You know, there was like a huge marketing blitz for like 10 years. It was like, what ride do you want to go on Canada's Wonderland? The one that makes you feel like you just got ripped out of the fuselage of an airplane, Mom. Okay, honey, but don't get your foot chopped off by a loose suspension cable. Hell yeah, get these fucking rocks out here. It's like the impact from the Tower of Terror is so strong that it destroyed all foliage that lives in this area, except for these glorious British Columbian Douglas firs. And maybe, you know, the fairy tales. No, that doesn't make any sense. A farmer's cart? Yeah, throw that in there. Who cares, dude? Forest bush? Why not? Fruity cargo? Hell yeah, dude. There's all sorts of fruit, citrus, and nonsense involved in the Tower of Terror. Hey, can somebody ride this thing? We need to test it. The Tower of Terror is too expensive for me. Look at this. We'll put some oak trees around it. And then you're going to be like, wow, how is it conceivable that this thing can be taller than the mighty oak? And yet it is. And yet it is. That spaceship from Contact is being ridden. Oh, but I never put anything down in the queue for that. Yo, you got to at least throw some acacias there. You know, just like Contact. Just a bunch of rocks and trees everywhere. This is hideous. This is like, if this was your friend, you'd be like, dog, you got to get a haircut. This is getting ridiculous. But it's a well-known fact. Cowboys love anvils. They also love the wimpy tentacool. Why is the spaceship from Contact not in the sci-fi section? Why are you asking me these questions? Tell me, why would a man who wears a shirt that says genius at work be asking questions about a children's cartoon show? I withdraw my question. I want to know the actual words. Get out of here, Dragon Tail! I'm throwing down bison skulls willy-nilly, rotating them slightly so it doesn't look like they were placed here by a copy and paste algorithm from a hopefully benevolent alien species. Let's really fuck with them. Throw like a chandelier out here. No, throw a cider press, of course. As is typical, you know. Of the movie Contact starring Jodie Foster. They pressed a lot of cider in that film. They also ate a lot of sliders, which, for me, honestly, was one of the best parts. So, what the fuck is a cider press? That's a fantastic question. I have no idea, but I assume that, like, one of the edges, you know, maybe goes like there, and maybe you got, like, another edge on the back, just because you gotta have two edges. And then, like, definitely do not forget about the corners. Like, you got corners out there, but, like, just throw another one on for shits and giggles. And you know what? Make, like, a weird S pattern, even. Really mess with the fucking cider. That's how you know it's made well. There you go. People will look at that and be like, oh, it's like an alien rune. And I'm like, yes, Amy Adams, it is an alien rune. You're so observant. Throw a freaking clockwork tower down here, I'll tell you what. Could you possibly, like, why in the world would you ever have it like that? Are you okay? Your mother and I are very worried about you. Don't place it like that! What have you done? What is this? Now I just hit my Windows key by accident. Yo, rotate this! Beautiful. What is this? I'm gonna be real with you. I got no idea what I've done here. But when there's nowhere else to run, is there room for a rotation? A rotation. Okay, it's up to 86. That's all I cared about there. Anyway. Okay, so we've expanded a little bit. We do have people riding the Tower of Terror. We got some people riding Cliffy B's Ferrari Spider. We're trying to, like, bring more people into this section of the park, and so far it's working out okay. Next episode, maybe we'll throw down a little baby coaster here to help contribute to the demand. But honestly, like, we're over that 5,000 mark. The game's running well. That's a victory. 100% of guests are happy. That's a victory. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. I've said a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.